All right, welcome back to the Knives Fast channel, guys. I have not made a secret that Cold Steel is not my favorite brand, but I'm here to say I like this one a lot, and this is my favorite, the best Cold Steel knife, the FM1, sent to me by our buddy Goondox. Check out his channel for sure, and let's jump into this. Now, Cold Steel fanboy, stand by, stand by, stand by. All right, so anyway, we have S35 and we have titanium and we have the Atlas lock. All right, so fanboy, listen, I have not reviewed that many Cold Steels. I haven't seen that many, so I'm only basing it on a small sample size. So if there's something you like better, like the 80-10 or the 80-15 or the 20 or the this or the that, you know, you might be right. But for me, this is the best one. Now, why? We have a nice thin construction on this one. I like it a lot. Now, Cold Steel fanboy probably likes the big, thick, heavy knives. Me, this is only 0.3275 of an inch thick, okay? Or excuse me, not 0.3. 0.3. I was right the first time. What am I saying? Stock is just 0.11. This is a thinner knife, an EDC knife, but beastly enough to be a work knife. Now look at this. It cuts like crazy. It is a nice, thin, flat ground blade. You get a very good 4-finger grip. You have a great landing spot. Beautiful drop point blade. This one's coated. There is a plain satin one. And I dig it. Now you have this milling pattern in the titanium here that is just fantastic for grip. It is really nice and it looks stunning as well. You have these chamfers here to get to the thumb stud. Okay, so it's not for the lock bar, but it's chamfers to get to the thumb stud. Thumb stud action is great. Now, I'm pretty sure, again, somebody's going to correct me if I'm wrong. This style of lock, I don't know the Atlas lock well enough, is similar to some of the other locks like this, the shark lock or whatever. And there's no real detent, like a mechanical detent. You have a spring that acts as your hold back or your detent. So in this case, that thumb stud is in the perfect spot to just get a great action out of it. Now, I can't really middle finger flick it off the thumb stud. You probably can, but that's okay. Now, we have the Atlas lock back here. We'll talk more about that in a minute, but it makes it super fidgety once you get used to it. You can see there, really, really nicely done. I like it a lot. Now, this guy is a 3.5-inch blade, 8 inches overall, and it has a 2.9 millimeter blade thickness that we talked about. The handle is 4.5 inches, S35 VN, and these are made in Taiwan. We are dead centered, and our tolerances are very tight. You do have a back spacer, or really kind of a, you know, the whole thing moves. It's almost like a back spring. It looks like no lanyard post there. You do have a reversible clip, a very small clip, carries very thin, carries very easily. Now, with that thin grip, I'm not really having an issue with the clip. Do I feel it back here? Sure. Is it a hot spot? Not even close. Really nice. Your thumb studs are removable. Lockup is great. Nope, no lock rock. No, well, okay, hold on. There's a tiny bit of blade play, ever so slight, and I have not adjusted this because it's not my knife. This is somebody else's knife, so it might need just the slightest little tightening there, but I'm not going to do that because it's not my knife. Now, here's my issue with the Atlas lock, and Goondox says the reason he likes this is it's not like the shark lock and sticks up like a shark fin. But in my case, I just wish there was a little more room to grab my fat finger in there. It is rounded. It is jimped, but not all the way up. If you can see, well, it is all the way up, but it's not real grippy. And it's shallow. So when I get used to it and I've played with it for a bit, I'm fine. But at first, I had a hard time disengaging that lock, and I just wish this was just slightly taller. There was more of a lip here to get a hold of, because, I mean, that is a very small lip, and it is ramped rather than flat. So it's a little harder for me to get into. But it is, I mean, this is really nice. And you can see it cuts well. It feels great in the hand, great traction. I think this will make many people, a very nice daily carry or work knife, whichever you prefer it to be. I think it can be any one of those. Now, this is called, the product family is the Full Metal Atlas, and this is the FM1. Did I mention it's 3.8 ounces? I think I did. And just really cool. Now, these are right at $200. I will leave the link down below. I don't have any kind of affiliate link or anything silly like that, but it is great. But the titanium handles and the S35 just kind of push this way up for me. It is really, really nice. In my opinion, for sure. The lock mechanism, I mean, it does feel very secure and very, very nice indeed. So I believe it's on washers, because it's a cold steel and we don't really have room for bearings in there, but it doesn't really tell me in the paperwork. But whatever it's on is incredibly smooth. I mean, look at that. Very, very smooth, very fast. Just a nice knife, and you have plenty of relief for your for sharpening. I mean, we're not even really close there. Very, very good of them to do that, and it came very, very, very sharp. All right, so our Ontario Rat 1 is going to be a little bit bigger on the handle and on the blade, and our Ontario Rat 2 is going to be a little bit smaller. You can see it's kind of right at that in-between size. And, you know, it's basically what I would call a full-size knife at that 8-inch mark here. Let's just double-check it and not just go by what's on the paperwork. But, yeah, we're right under 8 inches there. Again, with that just right at 3-inch blade length, which should be good for just about any task that you can throw at this knife. And again, I've just been impressed with the cutting performance, as long as you don't try to cut with the sharpening choil. Yeah, that's only a thing you do, KC. But anyway, very, very nicely done indeed. An impressive knife from Cold Steel. I mean, literally, I've not really had another Cold Steel. I do have a Cold Steel in my collection that one of my sons gave me, and I like it. But you know, this is the best one I've seen as far as just fit and finish, pricing, materials, the whole cutting, everything, just all the way around. So very, very cool. Let me know what you think of the Cold Steel FM1 from our buddy Goondocks, and go check out his channel for sure. Like and give me a comment down below on what you think about this one, guys. And definitely make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell to all. And thank you so much for your support and for watching the Knives Fast channel.